Hi there, and this is Places Leisure Centre in Eastleigh, which is just outside Southampton on the south coast. It's the 14th of December and I'm here for another Brick Festival. So it's 5 to 10 and I've set up. I've got my upscale stuff down this end, past the space buggy, then moving up past the mini loader and the other little bits in front of that. Then we've got all the sizes of classic spacemen, right up to our giant plushie. And then the colours of classic spacemen and space babies, with my upscale space babies behind. And then we've got the micro command centre, which is motorised. Let's turn that on. Right down to this end. And new for this show, I've got the YouTube play button that YouTube gave me quite a while ago on display, so I can get people to scan the QR code and subscribe to the channel. And this is stand by Paul and Dave, who are behind me at the Chichester show, and they have so many lovely sets with that beautiful Legoland stripe on the corner, and I'm going to have a quick look through and see what classic sets I'm going to buy. So hopefully at the end of this video you're going to have some nice builds of something fantastically vintage. So would you believe this is only 45 minutes into the show? It's 11:15 and it is really, really quiet. There are not many people around on this show. Chichester was crazy when I did that show recently. But this one, as you can see, there's no one in front of my tables wanting to chat to me about my Lego, which is very unusual. So yeah, it's going to be a quiet one, I think. But I've bought a couple of really cool sets, which I will show you at the end of the video. So this is Leon. He is a long-time subscriber to my channel from way back when I started doing the upscale space buggy. And I've seen him at a couple of shows, so it's really nice to catch up with him. Yeah, and Leon, you bought me a Prezi, which is so kind of you. And these are some mega classic, I think about 1990s. I don't think they were 80s, were they?
Yeah, they've been sat in my mum's attic doing nothing, and I thought, if anyone's going to make use of them, Jez is going to make use of them.
So he has given me these, which are absolutely amazing. I have a couple of the other underwater ones, but I don't have any of these. So two of those are amazing. And also, what's the other thing you've got now?
It's a little pullback one. I don't know what year this is. Older than I am.
I was going to say it's a 3-digit set number, so it's very old. And this is really cool. It's a little pullback motor, so you pull it back and it whizzes on. So that's going to go in my vintage collection up on my shelf in my log cabin. So Leon, so cool to see you again. Thank you so much for my prezzies.
Nice to see you again. It's been great.
So jumping forward a few weeks, that was all filmed way back before Christmas. But then the week before Christmas, I obviously had my classic Spacemen Christmas party video to make. The following week on Boxing Day, we took a quick look at my Lego Christmas presents. And then last week, we had the New Year release of the Back to the Future Lego DeLorean. And of course, I made that display stand with its fire trails. So this is the first opportunity I've actually had to take a look at these sets that I bought way back in the December show. And they're both in absolutely beautiful condition. First of all, I've got set 6385, and that was called Firehouse, and it came out in 1985. And way back then, Lego managed to build all this with only 407 pieces. It came from that great era when Lego showed you on the back of the box alternative builds that you could build with the set. And I do actually need to focus on the box because Dave and Paul, the two brothers who were selling off their Lego from when they were kids, kept all their boxes in immaculate condition, and the hamburger stand set, which I bought off the guys at a previous Lego show, the bricks inside were still in pristine condition and the stickers had been placed perfectly in the middle of all their bricks. So I'm really looking forward to opening up this one. And then the other set which I bought from the guys was 6394, and that was called Metro Park and Service Tower. This is 3 years newer than the other set. It came out in 1988. As you can see, it's built on a double base plate and it has 620 pieces. Again, it shows some great alternative builds on the back, and you may have noticed the shine down the sides of these boxes, and that's because the guys wrapped them all in cellophane to keep them in good condition. And on the end of the box, if you come from the UK, you may well know what this 7-digit number, 3 digits and a slash and 4 digits, means it came from Argos once upon a time. So I'm going to take them out of their cellophane, open up the boxes and see what I've got inside. Now I've taken the plastic off the fire station and it doesn't have an Argos number like the other set does, but it does have this lovely little price tag saying Gregory's £25.50. Now I've never heard of Gregory's myself, so Paul and Dave, if you're watching, you'll have to drop me a comment and let me know, was this a local Lego store to you when you were kids? And £25.50. If only a set this size cost that price today. Now this is one of those wonderful boxes where you open up the lid and oh wow. I was expecting loose parts inside, but no, they have kept even the plastic insert trays. And look, can you see the minifigures have been separated out back into their various inserts on the left hand side there, and we've got bags of bricks on the other. The guys have really kept their sets in perfect condition, so I'm going to get the parts out and take a look at those. Now, I didn't have very many large Lego sets as a kid, and I only ever remember getting one set with one of these plastic inserts. But even back then, I remember loving the way that the parts were displayed as you opened the set. On the left-hand side, this plastic tray just lifts off, and you can see the other parts underneath in the cardboard tray. Now, the plastic tray itself has actually yellowed ever so slightly over the years, but the parts haven't. They're in still pristine condition, and also the stickers, there's no scuffing, no scratches. All the prints on the people and those stickers on the windows are all perfect. Now, I also love those roller shutters you used to get in the 80s, and we get two of those roller shutter doors in this set. And also look at that blue classic 80s door. The base plate's also in beautiful condition. You don't often see them looking like this these days. I bought a huge job lot of 80s Lego back in last summer, and all the base plates like this were very scratched up and pretty dirty looking, but this is still beautiful. And not only have we got unscuffed and uncreased instructions, they've also included the two little mini catalogues which came in the set. And just quickly looking through that, I had two sets from this catalogue. Firstly, this commuter jet, and secondly, this classic space set. And this is the set I mentioned earlier as being the only set I ever had with one of those lift up lids and with the plastic insert trays. So it feels like I'm 8 years old back in the 80s, and this must be my birthday or Christmas day opening up such a large Lego set. Now, I remember this was a set that I really wanted as a kid, so I'm going to have great fun building it, and then I'll give you a quick tour around it. And here is the finished thing, and I don't mind saying it is absolutely beautiful. The only way I could get this set in a better condition would be to buy it brand new, still in its box, and then open it up. But that would have cost me about 5 times as much. Now, they told me that this set was priced ever so slightly lower than the others because one of the stickers wasn't placed perfectly. But actually, I can't see it myself. I presumed he meant this one, but I think that's pretty straight and pretty central. Looks pretty good to me. The roller doors still work perfectly. You can roll this one up and put one of the cars away, and then roll roll it back down. Then we can do the same on this side. Oh, we're running over a pedestrian while we do it, obviously. High enough to fit that huge ladder piece in. Rolls all the way back, and then we can close back the door if I can get my fingers around it. Come on, there we go. And pull that one back down. On the sides of the building, we've got these lovely stickered window pieces which both open up, and then just above them we've got this piece which dates back to I think 50s or 60s, but this time in blue, which gives us this nice effect on each side. These wonderful transparent clear slopes are still as clear as they were the day they were made, without a single scratch on them. Then up in the control tower we've got some great 1980s printed slopes, and the same window pieces as downstairs, only this time they've only got half blind stickers on them. Then over on the other side we've got the tall tower with some hose pipes hanging up to dry, and even the minifigs are as shiny as they would have been back in 1985. So I am absolutely dead chuffed at getting such a good copy of this set, and also with its original box. It was definitely a set I wanted way back when I was a kid, and it's great to add it to my collection. Now I did have a little bit of trouble building this in the limited space I've got on my build desk, and as the next set is about twice the height and on twice the size on 2 base plates, I don't think there's any chance I'm going to be able to build it here. So apologies, I am going to build that one off camera, but I'm going to come back in a second to you, but what's probably going to be about half an hour to me, and show you around the amazing Metro Park and Service Tower. But just before I do that, I've just taken the cellophane off, and I will show you the beautiful layout inside this one too. You've got the lift up lid, and then again all your special pieces laid out beautifully for you to see. And then pictures of the set on the inside of the lid. So it's actually about an hour later. I got slightly distracted watching Dave Gorman's Google Whack adventure while I was building this. But just before I show you around, a quick shout out to my channel members. Thank you ever so much for your support. It really is appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in becoming a member and getting your name on a brick in my videos, you can either click on the join button below or the link in the description, and that'll tell you how. And then one other thing to show you is something that I have never seen before in a set of Lego instructions. This is step number 7, where you put together this sub-build, which goes on this corner. You add a few bricks around this panel here, and then you add some windows and a door down here. But in this page, I also got this sheet, which is a separate replacement step number 7. And on this separate sheet, it tells you to remove the 1x4 brick you've just added here and replace it with this sub-build instead. I imagine the original design of the set had a red bracket at the bottom and a red bracket at the top, but then this rack piece would flex in the middle because there's nothing to support it in the middle. So I guess they amended the instructions, added a few extra pieces into the set, and added in the supplemental instruction sheet. And it's definitely done its job, as the rack is completely solid. Now as a kid, I don't think this set was one that I even looked twice at, but as an adult it's always intrigued me. It comes with 3 cars which are virtually identical design to each other, apart from the roof on each one of them, and the set has so many things that you can do with those 3 cars. Thanks to clever placement of these 2 hoses here, these brushes for the car wash are spring loaded, so you can drive one of the cars through and they will spring back to their original position once it's passed through. Oh, that one didn't. That's rubbish. Which hopefully means you can drive your car through, and afterwards the 2 brushes spring back into place. Now the set is called Metro Park and Service Tower, and the park part comes from these 2 levels of car park. And all these tiny designed cars can easily drive up onto this blue ramp here, and then by turning this 2x2 brick, it raises and lowers the platform so the cars can park on either of the levels. There is a 1 stud gap between the lift and the panel, but they just about drive off and they can park on different floors. And then of course, just as easily, you can move the lift up to another floor, pick up another car and drive it, we'll turn it, lower it back down to the ground floor. It takes quite a few turns. There we go. And then we finally get back down to the ground floor and it can drive off. If your tyres are running a little bit low, you can fill them up with air. And then on the second base plate, we've got a complete Shell petrol station. You've got a Shell employee in the little shop, and you can tell it's a shop because it says shop. Now, I had the Lego Shell petrol station from 1979. I think it was set 375, and I always loved the yellow, red and white colour scheme. For the 1980s, they've made a really nice modern looking petrol pump. We've got a readout up here on this 2x2 brick. This is a printed piece. If we move the pump handle itself, behind that there's a 1x2 a double slope piece with various buttons on it. Again, that's printed. The shell logo is also a sticker across two 1x3 bricks, and the shell text is a tiny transparent background sticker which cross over two layers of plates. And then we've got a whole bunch of printed tiles. We've got a hammer and a spanner here, and on the other side of that wall there is a hammer and a spanner. We've got several printed shell logos and two really nice printed car wash tiles. And then lastly, one really good feature is that the whole set can hinge in the middle. If you remove this tree at the front, it's the only thing that holds the two base plates together. And then with the use of hinges on the back column, the whole set can open up and rotate round. So instead of being side by side, the two buildings are back to back, which means you can drive through the petrol station to the multi-storey car park behind, and likewise the other way round. It's a nice feature, but I think I prefer the set side by side. But let me know in the comments below which way round you think it looks best. Also let me know which one of these two is your favourite. Is it the Metro Park and Service Tower from 1988, or the slightly older firehouse from 1985? If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out with the YouTube algorithm. But most of all, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe for more LEGO videos.